Alright, lads, as of recording, it is May 4th, which is when this video will be uploaded around 6 p.m. Alright, so here's what we got to talk about. This is a first news, announcement. And yes, we're going to go over everything, make sure everything gets the same amount of light, and we're not going to get sidetracked, because I'm going to have my accomplices, Ethan and Will, make sure I don't get sidetracked, which I do a lot.
I'll try to.
So, yeah. Let's just get straight into it, starting off with the highlight of this, is what I want to call it, the highlight. Today, not today, yesterday, I had announced to the original members of the Chaos SMP, if you remember that from about 2 years ago. It was this little Minecraft server that we had started, had a little fun with it, and we were going to make it to this ginormous story. And if you remember the video from when I said, oh, it's canceled and all of that, that we lost most of the files for it. It was really tragic. A lot of people just didn't join anymore, and it just died in the worst way possible. And I really hate that, because we had a lot of potential for it. And I'm not going to talk about it now, because we're going to use that potential and redo it. As you know, back then, we didn't have the best acting skills. Or at least they weren't as good as they are now. I'm not saying that we have impeccable acting skills, but we have subpar acting skills to where we can at least communicate with one another. Yeah.
Well, at least some of us can get into it.
Yeah. So now we're going to go back into it, redo it on a script type thing. So it's not spontaneous when a video is going to come out. It's all kind of scripted out, including the beef that's going to be in it, because there's going to be a lot of it. There's going to be a lot of drama in it this time. And it'll probably be around 5 seasons. I know. Calm down, guys. 5 seasons is a lot. There's a lot in this. And I don't want to spoil a lot about it. It's really hard. Like I said, it's really hard to talk about some of these things without spoiling it, because there's a lot happening behind the scenes that I cannot share. But then I will share a lot more as we get farther down this list. But I'll just say the Chaos SMP, sadly, yes, is a part of SPT. I know. I said I was going to start a new series that isn't SPT related. That's delayed. I know. Calm down. Calm down. Please don't shoot me. Anyways, it actually has a good value, and I think it's a pretty cool way how we interpret it into Scythebird's Tower. It's a pretty fun, cool way. All new characters, by the way. So if you go scroll back all the way down to our first ever video with the KSSMP, you see those characters on the front. Yeah, they're not going to be in it. Completely new characters, and it'll be pretty fun. So
it's fun to have new characters.
Can't wait to see y'all there. That'll probably be releasing June of this year. Let's move on to the next bullet point that you're seeing. SPT Alliance's Season 3 progress update. And I talked about us remastering Season 3 and adding a Season 4, which I'm sure a lot of y'all, I hope y'all are happy about it. I mean, looking at the polls, it didn't do as well as I wanted it to. A 10% on it, okay. But I think y'all will enjoy it. I think y'all will actually enjoy it, because not only have we gone off what we have said on a lore of season 1 and 2 has almost changed. It still has some relevance, but take it with a grain of salt now, because a lot of it has changed now, and it's become a more strong, stabilized story that probably will not change ever. And it's really cool. I think y'all are gonna like it. I'm gonna sweat my ass off working on these videos. The lore starts at Season 3, Episode 5. And, oh yeah, it's broken into 2 parts now. I know. Y'all probably saw that on the trailer. Part 1. What? Yes. This season is long. It's a long season. You're like, oh my god, it's boring.
We can't really do it.
It's 2 main focus points, and I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, you just gotta want to see, bro.
I want y'all to see. And I'll probably add a few spoilers for Season 3 Part 1, which is currently being released as we speak on Tuesday. The Ender Dragon fight releases, which pretty epic. You'll probably get a sneak of that, and a little bit of a sneak of the temple. No. We recently just went back, re-recorded it, literally like a few minutes before this video, which just shows how much effort we're willing to put into these videos. I don't want to release like some kind of slop or make it feel rushed. I really don't like doing that because then it makes me look like an awful person, and also two, it's just awful in general to release something that is rushed. Look at any game that's ever been rushed in development and how it went. Not very good.
Yeah,
so,
very janky and stuff.
Yeah, so we went back. So originally we recorded the temple first time through about maybe 5 or 6 months ago, give or take. I know, a pretty long time. Then about maybe a month ago, we re-recorded the temple, and it was really rushed. It was extremely rushed because we were in the mentality of we have this really small time crunch and we need to get it recorded today or we're not going to have another chance. And so it was extremely rushed, and going back on it, I was like, I'm not going to be able to make videos out of this. This is probably some of the worst work we've ever made. And I don't want season 3 or 4 to feel like that. I want you to be able to look at it, and I want for you to be able to escape reality for a second and just sit there and enjoy it. Not
so you wanted to make it like a VR,
kind of like imagine getting home from a long day of work and you just watch and you turn on the TV and Amazing Chaos has just posted another video about the season 3, and I want you to just sit there and be like, that was epic. I want to when's the next episode? This be remastered.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's enough about SPT Alliance's season 3, as we'll get back into it later. But now, okay. Before I release this, listen, we're not like Disneyifying. I know everyone's talking about, oh, Disney's like changing characters based on how they used to be. This is like an okay change, okay? There's nothing wrong with this change, guys. All right? So character redesigns. I already talked about there was going to be character redesigns on specifically one to the far left. But looking at the posters, there wasn't a lot of diversity between characters, and I just felt like that wasn't kind of right to have it like all be one single skin tone, all white, and it just didn't feel right. Okay?
Yeah.
So, here is the first poster of the new side series that, again, we'll elaborate on later.
There's a little trend.
You'll notice immediately that 2 characters are different. The other 4 are the same, but 2 characters are different. Of course, the far left, I already said I was going to change that one, and it looks way better than it used to be. It's definitely a way better character in general. And then now, if we look at Rose, which is to the middle left, yes, skin tone has changed, okay? There's nothing wrong with it, okay? The skin tone has changed. She's not black. So what? It doesn't change anything in the story, okay? For the people who are
it's just making the world feel more realistic.
Yeah. It's just making it feel more realistic so you can not really relate to it better, but like, it's just inclusive. So here is the new dragon poster, and not only are 2 characters different, there's a new character in it that I don't even think my team has seen.
I can't see what he's seeing right now.
Give me a second. And y'all can see it now.
Ooh, actually that's kind of fire.
Let's get a little bit of a view over here. Of course, we've already talked about Rose is black now. And if we look over here to the side where Coral was, this is still Coral.
Just give it a second.
It's just Latina now. And yes, design has changed. Okay, yes, the design has changed. It's just a bit more to it. Right next to Coral is a new character, which I'm not going to disclose information on yet. Later.
I was going to ask about it.
Later.
Yeah.
First, we're going to discuss with the team a bit more to make sure we have all details correct. And then about 2 weeks from now, we'll drop a small update video.
What character were you talking about who we didn't see?
Check the stream.
No, I'm looking at it.
It's the one right next to Ethan. To the
that. Okay.
right in the center.
Okay, I got it now. Okay.
And we're gonna talk with our team a bit more on this character, make sure all details are finalized, and then in 2 weeks we're gonna have that new information video. It's a bit shorter than this one. This one's gonna be a decently long video, and it's just like a small update video. So let's go to our 4th bullet point. Now let me share my screen again. Entitled document.
Do I have to watch this stream?
No, it's just so I think Ethan wants to see.
I'm watching it.
Yeah. So now to our 4th bullet point, SPT Alliance's Season 4 preview. Now you may be thinking, you don't even have all of Season 3 done yet. You haven't even talked about Season 3 Part 2 yet, so clearly you don't have it done. How do you already have plans for Season 4? Here's the thing. With Season 3 Part 2, we have the idea. It's all done. The idea's done. It's not recorded. That's it. I'm going to give you the sneak peek real quick. This is the Season 3 complete roadmap. Now you're seeing a lot
I
here.
gotta see this.
You're seeing a lot here. And of course, 18 episodes. That's almost 6 more than our longest season, Season 2. That's
why am I not shared in this?
What? Oh, because this is my document. I don't think Ethan's on this one either.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, I think you're on there because the thumbnails. Now, of course, there's some things here that are blurred out. Well, will be blurred out in the credits, because this is the entire roadmap with like editor's notes on what's gonna happen during that part of the thing. So, of course, especially down here, this part isn't really blurred except for, Season 8, Episode 8 and 9. Those are blurred for suspense reasons. But you get down here to Part 2. It's completely planned out, I assure you. It's just right here, a lot of it is blurred out because there's a lot of information that you don't need to see yet. Okay? Season 3 Part 2 won't come out for a little bit longer than you think. Depends on what we can get done. We're planning to get the Chaos SMP Remastered, a little sneak peek, released in June. If not, July.
We're really gonna try because we don't.
We're sweating our balls off. Ethan's leaving for the summer. Well, at least for a month in the summer to go see his mama.
Bruh.
Anyway,
you gotta say it like that.
Mama.
Mi madre. Mi madre.
Mi madre. And so, he'll be gone for about a month, maybe even a month and a half. Hopefully not that long. I don't think that long. At least like a month and maybe a week, depending on.
And let me see my mama.
Yeah, depending on how long he stays. 1 month to a month and a half. So either we're going to have the KSSMP remastered in June or July, depending on that. Season 3 Part 2 will either be in June or July. It's whichever one comes first. We're pretty certain that we can get the KSSMP, at least the first season, out in June. I would like it to get out in June, if possible.
You want to tell them what we're going to be doing, Somerville?
Over what? What do you mean over the summer? I already said.
Lectures. I don't know if you.
I said the two series that are releasing over the summer.
Yeah. Now this is why I don't listen.
Cookie doesn't listen well. Nor does he watch the videos, which is sad. So back to the
tonight.
Season 4 preview. So now you're thinking, okay, well at least you have all of Season 3 planned out. What's this preview about? Now, without getting into too many details, it's going to be very dark. Okay? Are you thinking dark environment? Yes. Yes, and also a little bit gruesome. It's definitely gonna be a different turn if you look from the beginning of season 1 to the beginning of season 4. You'll be able to see a very sudden
set up
change in
some
tone.
big changes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say this, in season 3 you'll know what we'll be talking about when it's season 3 part 1, so you'll know pretty soon, at least sometime in May. At least maybe a week or 2 weeks or so. You'll know what we're talking about when we say it'll be dark and what will season 4 really be. Without trying to get into any spoilers, there'll probably be new characters introduced and a lot more lore. As I was talking about those character redesigns, I said that they would come up again, and this is where they're going to come up again. The side series now. The side series is about these characters that you're seeing on screen, which you already saw before. It's going to be, again, what I mentioned in our first breakdown of the videos. It's going to be like that little end thing, or it'll be near the beginning. It's either the beginning or the end. It'll just variate between seasons or episodes, depending on if it's really that important and needs to be shown immediately to you, or if it's kind of like the setup. I mean, like the first one will probably be near the end, so if you really... These side stories is the complete thing. It'll be a pretty interesting part. And as you're seeing here, we have some characters, of course. You're already familiar with Scarlet, Rose, Chaos. And this character you'll be familiar with a bit sooner than you think. This last bulletin point, you're probably looking at this like, I thought y'all hated Blox Fruits. What happened to that? Y'all canceled the dragon because it was on Blox Fruits. Well, like I said in the original video, we canceled it because at that time, Blox Fruits was not giving us any updates on what they were doing, development plans, or anything. Shortly after making that, making the choice of getting rid of it from Blox Fruits, they decide to release the bulletin and a bunch of information about the update. So I don't know what they were waiting for, but you know.
And then they add my chromatics, so W them.
So the Blox Fruits story will be releasing 2026. I know. It will be released after the Chaos SMP Remastered's ending, which if we stick to, 2 videos a week, we should have it done by around the same time. Not really. Probably have it done by 2025. No, because we're going to release Season 1, then Season 3 Part 2, and then we're going to release Season 4, and then we'll get back into it. Just so, you at least have the setup of what's already happened and a little bit more. 'Cause if you want to know what really happens or what's planned to happen and what will be animated, not really animated, but shown to you in the videos, you can always go back to the original Chaos SMP videos. It's basically all of that, except there's a little bit more of it. Just a bit more, and then the season ends. And then you'll be back to SBT Alliances. I know, such a tragic fate. I know, devastating. But it's good to at least have something else instead of the same, thing over and over again, starting something new. So then you'll have that. I also can't wait to see your reaction on the Season 3 sneak peek. That'll be just around the corner in just a minute or so. But I just want to say thank you all for sticking with us for so long. We're bringing back old things, I know. If you have anything else that you remember from back then that you want us to bring back or so, I've already said this before, but if you do, make sure to just drop a comment. We'll take a look at it, try and find what you're talking about, and we'll do our best to bring it back. Oh yeah, by the way, Fortnite streams will be happening eventually, so yeah, there's that. Anyways, thank y'all for sticking along. This is Amazing Chaos team signing off with this.
See you.
See you Tuesday at the end of Dragon Fight. Peace. There's so many fucking questions. Who built the temple? How old is this temple? Who was that man who died? What was that room? What?
Taco, am I going crazy? Do you see too?
What?
Turn around.
What the fuck? That's a lever.
Wait, flick it.
Jaw, that's
Click
a lever.
it.
Hold up.
Flick
Click it. What the fuck?
Oh my
shit.
god. I told y'all it was hollow in here, bro.
Right?
That's the
Oh, I
same
don't like
damn
this
eye
thing.
from up there, bro.
Wait.